Hello YouTube. Welcome to episode 9 of Getting Started on Reloading. This episode is going to be on bullets. Now we could have put this episode and made it 8 and put it before powder, so I was a little unsure which to go first, powders or bullets. So I went with powders, but you could very well start with bullets. So this gives an example of pretty much all of our 4 areas: saving money, producing a faster, more powerful bullet, accuracy, and just the fun of shooting. So probably the cheapest when it comes to cost initially is going to be your copper-plated bullets. The examples I have on the table are going to be from X-Treme, and I have examples in 44 mag, 45, 9mm, both in 115 and 147. And 38 357. I have some wad cutters and then some hollow point. So those are copper coated. Now your next are probably long-term cheapest cost when it comes to loading as far as bullet goes is probably going to be casting. So if you plan on long-term shooting and you really want to save some money, casting is probably going to be the cheapest method. You're going to have more time involved, but you've got time involved in loading anyway, so you can kind of look at it the same way. And I would base my decisions on casting the same way I base my decisions on reloading. That is, get a source of lead. You really don't want to have to buy lead. It's kind of like brass. If you got to buy brass, your cost increases. So we want to keep that cost down. So before you go in investing in a pot or any kind of dies or anything like that, get a source of lead and accumulate that lead, because you're going to need a lot of lead to produce a lot of bullets. So if you get a good source of lead, then the best option for cost in the long term, if you shoot a lot, is going to be casting. Now you can buy cast bullets, and that's Hunter Supply has these. They're a cast and they're coated, and these are copper plated, but initial startup copper plated. And then when we go to that more power, this is cost talking here. When we step up to that next stage of usually the evolution of the loader, it's always money first, and then it's I want more power, more speed. You're not going to be able to push these copper plated and these cast bullets quite as fast as you could a full metal jacket. So then we move up to that power. We're going to be looking for full metal jackets. Now I don't have I guess I do in rifle. There's a full metal jacket. I buy these in bulk. This is 308. So you can get like a box of 250, 500, very inexpensive. Even X-Treme carries 223. I'm not sure if they're doing 308 yet. But that's the cheapest way to get the fastest bullet, more power, is going to be that full metal jacket. And then when we progress up to, more accuracy, we're going to be looking at the match ammo. So this is a Boattail hollow point, so it's match grade. That's definitely a better design, more aerodynamic than the full metal jacket. The weight, the way this bullet's made, it's made from the top down. So there's a cup made for the jacket, and then they push that lead down, and then they form the tip. So it's more of a stable bullet versus this is loaded from the bottom to the top. So you're not going to have that stability because the weight's going to be kind of overall, and you want most of your weight on a stable rifle bullet kind of this way in the middle. And then when we get to the fun, the next one after accuracy, the fun is going to be, like some Hi-tek coating. Some kind of a coating on the bullet. Now these are cast bullets. I purchased these, and that's for a 308, or this is actually for a 300 blackout. So that's more on the fun zone. You get those in bulk, they're very inexpensive, and you can shoot them. But we also have a hunting need also. So that's where those books come in play. You read those, especially Hornady. They're big in my market. I go to any store, any sporting goods store or gun store, they're going to have Hornady on the shelf. They may or may not have Nosler, Sierra, and all that, but they're always going to have Hornady. And they have some great hunting bullets. They have some great target bullets, hunting, and plinking. So this is just a view of bullets. Your weight's going to depend on your need. If you want a quieter bullet, get a heavier bullet so you're not breaking that speed of sound. I have a very good or a decent video on bullet substitution if you want to go back and look at that, and it talks about substituting bullet weights for data, and you can look at that. But this is probably the next highest cost, or probably the highest cost when it comes to reloading as far as components go, because we're talking about getting free brass. So the next thing that's going to cost you money is going to be the bullets. So the more you buy in bulk, the cheaper it's going to be to a point. When I say bulk buy, we're talking, 500 to 2,000 is going to be a bulk buy. Anything over that, you're probably not going to get as much savings. But over the long run, if you decide to cast, that's going to be your best savings. And you can actually coat these too. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube that shows folks, coating these cast bullets, and they're pushing them, 13, 14, 2,000 feet per second. So you could never do that with a lead bullet. It would just melt. But you got a lot of choices when it comes to bullets and that powder. So a lot of these bullets in cast are pistol bullets themselves. Those two powders I talked about in the previous episode, tight group and unique, I can pretty much load all these bullets with that powder. Now, rifle is going to be determined on the case and, what you're doing with it. So it's a separate beast when it comes to rifle. And I'm probably not savvy enough on rifle to get in detail on it. But pistol, I'm a pistol loading fool. So look for these deals. Your local store is going to be a great place to start. Online, go online. A lot of these companies like X-Treme, they'll offer discounts around holidays. Another good tip, if you say you pick out what you want to order from X-Treme, and you open it up an account and you make an order. They usually give you like 10% off your first order. And then you go shoot those, you like them, and you buy some more. Add them to your cart when you're logged in, but don't check out. So what happens sometimes, in about 2 or 3 days or maybe a week, they'll send you an email and say, hey, your cart's, got merchandise in it. Go ahead and check out and receive 5% off or 10% off. So sometimes they do that. So there's a way you can get an extra discount. But watch all those websites, Midway, Shooter Supply, from the manufacturer, they will offer those deals. And even Hornady offers free bullets when you buy their equipment. So you just got to save that receipt. And I think I've attempted to do that, but never mailed it off because I just never had time. But I think you do have to pay for shipping. So this is just an overview of bullets. There's plenty to choose from. Start small. Don't get too much. Don't order 2 boxes of one because you may not like it. Just start off with a box. 100 box. These are hundreds or a 500 count. That's going to be plenty to get started because you've got a lot of learning, a lot of practice, and a lot of stuff to go through before you start accumulating a bunch of different types and styles of bullets. So I hope this helped. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you want to see, what I missed, and we will see you on episode 10. Have a good one.